Hello, I'm Nick and I play bass for Blitz Kids.
Hi, I'm Joey and I'm talking to DutchScene about my tattoos and why I have them, how many I have, lots of questions, everything about my tattoos basically.
Hi, I'm Jono from Blitz Kids and I am here to talk to you about my tattoos on DutchScene. I'm not really sure how many tattoos I have, you know, kind of all, on this one they all kind of like merge into one, but I got them individually. Maybe 15, 20.
I don't really know how many I have in total. I think you tend to find that when you first get tattoos you sort of count them up and stuff, but I'm not saying I've lost count, I just don't really know. I could probably count now. 2, 4, 10.
In total I have probably about 20 tattoos, maybe 25, something like that. I kind of lost count once they started blurring into one.
My first tattoo was this little weird flower. I don't really know. It doesn't really mean a lot. I got it to kind of get the ball rolling. I thought if I kind of I knew that I wanted to get loads of tats, and I thought if I like kind of like deliberate too much and you know spend loads of time on a design and stuff, and I would never get it done. I'd be a perfectionist and just it'd take too long. So I just thought, fuck it, I'm just gonna get something, and then I'm started. Then the seal has been broken, cherry popped.
The first tattoo I got was on my chest actually, like a fool. I got that when I was 19, I think. Yeah, it was one of those things where just growing up I've always known I wanted to have tattoos and stuff like that, and listening to the bands that I listened to when I was young and stuff, it's quite closely related with the music culture as the tattoo culture. So yeah, I just got one fairly young and I hid it from my mum for about 4 months, and then I got home really shit-faced one night and she came to my bedroom and she was just like, I can't believe what you've done, it's ruined your body and all that jibber jabber. That was funny.
My first tattoo is one on my right foot, which is of a jellyfish. It's like an analytical diagram of a jellyfish, and I got it because I was on holiday in Malta and I got stung on my foot by a jellyfish. That's the reason. This
tattoo is the Die My Darling artwork for Misfits single Die My Darling. It's one of my favourite songs. Just the energy and the raw kind of like, it's just such a hateful song, but like it's cool. I love it. I love that shit. So
I have a knife and a fork. I woke up one day and a guy from a tattoo studio called me and said, where are you? You're supposed to be in today. So I'd booked and basically forgotten. So I was like, oh, I'll be there, you know, as soon as I can. Because I'd completely forgotten about it. He was like, what do you want? And we've had this really long running joke, it's very boring, but long running joke that I would get a knife and fork tattoo, so I just told him to do the nicest ones he could. And I think he'd been tattooing for 40 years and he'd never done it before, so he was pretty happy about it.
18.
Okay.
I was 18 when I got my first tattoo. I mean, my parents were pretty chill about the whole thing. They had their own shit going on at the time, so I think when I came back and they were just like, oh, whatever.
My favourite tattoo, I guess, is probably my compass, which is at the top of my right arm. And it's kind of like everything on my right arm is for a member of my family. So like this compass is for my mum, because she's like my moral compass, and it has like 3 different heads, like multiple heads pointing in different directions to represent how fickle I used to be and how my personality was kind of just all over the place, haphazard. I couldn't really make my mind up what I wanted to do with my life.
I've had one for about a year now, and I'm getting major deprival symptoms. You know, like some of the guys have got like tattoos in that time, and every time they come back with a fresh one, I'm just like, oh, you motherfuckers. Because I haven't really had a lot of time or money recently, so hopefully this year I will get the rest of my shit done.
Yeah, I think I'll have a few more. I've actually got an unfinished one on my back that's still going, so definitely need to. I think I'll do that when I get home.
Just finding the time and the right artist and having the money to do it and stuff.
I think people now are more accepting of tattoos and piercings, and I think it's just a more accepting time, really. It's, you know, it's 2014. It's get with the times, guys. But you do find that some people still do treat you differently, especially in different countries. I'm not saying Europe, but when I went to Cuba with my wife, and they're pretty scared about tattoos out there. I think it's because of the gangs, though. I think gangs have tattoos.
I don't think, maybe not now, not in 2014. I don't think. I mean, maybe a few years ago, but David Beckham's got tattoos now, so it's fine.
Yeah, they might think I'm more attractive. People sometimes, I don't think people necessarily look at you differently now when you have tattoos, because so many celebrities have tattoos now. It's just like, it's just become an okay thing to do. You know, when I got a hand tattoo, it was kind of shocking, but now everybody seems to have a hand tattoo, even Cheryl Cole.
It doesn't really, I think people who think that matters are kind of setting him up for a fall, because if you've got the most talented lawyer in the world but he's got like a tattoo or a piercing, you don't hire him on that basis, and you know, it doesn't matter like how they choose to express themselves. If they're good at their job, they're good at their job, and that's all that should matter really in the workplace.
Tattoos and piercings in the workplace is something that I've had to deal with quite a lot going into jobs. And can you take your lip ring out, can you take your earrings out, don't have your tattoos on display, and blah 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 blah. So I think it's ridiculous. You're there to do a job at the end of the day. I mean, yeah, just ridiculous. It doesn't matter that you've got a permanent drawing on your arm, as long as it's not like a penis tattoo or something, because that's, you know, that's obviously not good.
My opinion on tattoos in the workplace is that it shouldn't really matter. I mean, I think if you've got like face tattoos, like the whole of your face is like blacked out or something, and you know it is something offensive, then yeah, you know, if you've got like swear words and stuff, or like a big dick tattooed on your face, then like nobody wants to look at that like day in day out. But really, I don't think it should affect anything. You know, I see tattoos as kind of like an improvement on like the human body, so I don't think it really should affect the way, you know, whether people hire you or not. It was just a good excuse for me to go on the dole, basically, because no one would give me a job because I had a hand tattoo, so it's a good excuse for me to get free money from the government.
Yeah, I think I got my first one. We were a joke band, really. We just hung out in my garage and drank beers. So we weren't really, it wasn't like we got signed and I was like, oh, I'm gonna get loads of tattoos. Like, I just wanted them. I love like art and stuff, and they're mainly musical based, like on my favourite bands, and they just remind me of times in my life that were good and some bad, but yeah, I look down and it's like, it's cool to look at. It's better than nothing, isn't it?
If I wasn't in a band, I would have still got tattoos, because I was just in that scene. Like I just listen to music and all, you know, my favourite bands, they all have tattoos, and I just think they're cool. I've always loved them. I'm an artist myself, so you know, I design a lot of my own tattoos, and I think I would have them either way. This is just a good excuse.
Yeah, just go and do it. Go get it done. You'll always sweat about your first tattoo, but generally it'll be okay. After the first one, you'll want 1,000, so just get the first one out of the way.
My advice to anyone that wants to get a tattoo and has got doubt in their mind is that if you're not sure whether you want something, don't get it, because it's probably a bad idea. Think about what you're going to get. You know, I wouldn't say that everything has to mean something. It's nice if stuff means something. Personally, my whole right arm means something to me, but you know, the stuff I'm planning to do now is just stuff that looks cool. So, you know, just think about it, and if you're sure you want it, then get it.
I think my advice to anyone who would want a tattoo is to get one, because they are nice to look at. I wouldn't be too afraid. It doesn't hurt too much. It's like a really hot bee sting for a little bit, and then it chills. And then, yeah, just get one. Or don't. I don't care.